The Good Life. This is Drive Time Nebraska with Doug Fitzgerald on 1499.3 KLIN.
Well, welcome to the weekend. We are kicking off a big weekend here in Lincoln and throughout the entire state. Husker football is obviously fighting for their 6th win, so hopefully we can get to a bowl game, which would be super nice. The Husker volleyball team has a big match against Wisconsin. Both of them are playing back-to-back right here on Saturday, tomorrow night. And plus, Hank Williams Jr. is performing tonight. I tell you what, this town is going to be hopping. So we're going to talk about the concerts and all that going on in the city here in just a few minutes. But to start things off, we're honored to have a great friend of the show, Senator Deb Fischer, on to help us kick off this busy, busy weekend. Senator Fischer, welcome back to Drive Time Nebraska.
Thanks, Doug. Good to be here.
Well, hey, to kick things off, we have to know one thing. The Trump dance has been taking over the world. I mean, we're talking football, college football, soccer. Have you learned or done the Trump dance yet?
Well, I think we all can do it, can't we? You just got to feel it. I think it is so fun. It's hilarious to watch it, and it's nice to see people in good moods and feeling good.
Yeah, it is kind of breaking down the barriers, which is pretty neat. So, well, first off, congratulations on winning your 3rd term in the Senate. I know your race with Dan Osborne was called a tight race, but really when you looked at it, his last polling showed him up by 2%. Your polling and national polling showed you up by 7%, and that's actually about what you wanted at. What do you attribute that win to?
I'm just really grateful to Nebraskans for their support. We saw so much out-of-state money come in from Democrats. Act Blue. It's the most expensive race in Nebraska's history. We had national media focus on this race. The media wanted a race. They thought it sounded good, and we saw that from some of our local media as well. KETV, they had a solo town hall just for him. They didn't do that for any other opposition candidate. So we were kind of frustrated a lot with that. We believed our polling. We knew Nebraskans weren't going to buy into some of the stuff that was out there. And so, I felt really, really, like I said, really grateful. Felt good about the race. We're in tune with Nebraskans who were worried about immigration. They're worried about inflation. We've talked about solutions. We've proposed solutions. Nebraskans saw through all the games that were being played out there and voted for somebody who shares their values.
Yes, there was a lot of charades going on. So and it was a strong win for you. So proud that you got across the goal line for that. Along with that win, you have President Trump, who's hit the ground running. He's putting forward his cabinet picks. The big news this past week was that Trump picked for Attorney General, former Congressman Matt Gaetz now. He withdrew his name because of pushback from both the Democrats and some Republicans as well. Where does your commitment stand in helping President Trump get his cabinet picks confirmed?
Oh, I think it's important that a president, especially one like President Trump, who's won the race with such a strong mandate. We have the House, we have the Senate, we're going to have the White House. The people of this country, they supported President Trump overwhelmingly. And I think we need to do our job in the Senate to meet with these nominees, be able to go through a vetting with them, ask questions, learn more about where they are, but also to realize the fact that, President Trump's picking some people that are going to shake things up. And that's how he won this election. Americans want to see things be challenged, to work hard for the people of this country. And so that's going to play into all my decisions here as we go through and work to confirm Trump's people.
Are there any cabinet picks so far that you've heard of that you're really looking forward to confirming?
Oh, well, I try to meet with most all of the nominees,
Mm-hmm.
even those who don't come before the committees that I serve on. But of course, I I focus on national security and defense. We'll be looking at a wide variety of different nominees on Commerce Committee as well. But I am looking forward to meeting with all of them and having good conversations. We're getting those meetings set up. So when we go back after Thanksgiving, we'll be booked pretty solid in meeting with all the nominees.
Well, I read today that number one, you're a ranking member, have been a ranking member on the Senate Rules Committee as well. Mitch McConnell came out and said he announced he'll be chairing that committee for the 119th Congress. What will your role be with the Senate Rules Committee?
Well, I'm still high in seniority on the Rules Committee. A big role I'm going to have is with the inauguration. Because I am ranking member, Amy Klobuchar was chair of the committee, and there's 6 members that are chosen to plan the inauguration. So we've been working on that for several months. We hired staff to work on that. I really am excited. I have a huge honor to be able to introduce President Trump at the inauguration. So we're just really looking forward to that, and to be able to participate and be there and represent Nebraska. It's a huge honor for Nebraska that I'm going to be able to introduce President Trump, and we're going to have some other duties along with that for a lunch and things like that with him. So it's going to be great. Bruce and I are very excited.
That's a great opportunity for you to do the Trump dance, as you get the inauguration started, introduce him. That'd be awesome. So that's great news to hear.
And it's just the President Trump and I have a good relationship. He has always been open to answer any phone call that I need to have with him. I try not to pester him, but it's nice to have that ability to know that the president is willing to have a conversation. I haven't been able to do that the last 4 years, so I'm looking forward to continuing my relationship with President Trump, being able to point out things that we need here in the state of Nebraska and that the people in Nebraska want me to fight for. Looking forward to getting back into that with the White House that's going to work with us.
Well, let's get to, we have a couple minutes here left, and I really want to dig into some serious issues in regards to the world and world safety and protection. Obviously, like you had mentioned before, you're ranking member of the Senate Armed Services Committee. And I'd like your insight into this, especially for Nebraskans thinking about their safety. Let's talk about Ukraine and Russia first. It's in their 1,000th day of the war. President Biden gave Ukraine authorization to use long-range U.S. weapons against Russia, which they've done. And then on Tuesday of this week, Vladimir Putin threatened to use nuclear weapons in retaliation. So first of all, was it wise for Biden to expand the war in this way? And second of all, is there a real possibility of Putin using nuclear weapons?
Well, we all know that President Biden has been slow in providing Ukraine what they needed to fight their fight against Putin's Russia. So I'm glad that President Biden finally stepped forward on that. Putin's a bully. I see nothing wrong in hitting back at a bully. That's not escalation. That's self-preservation. When we've, as obviously on the Armed Services Committee, and I'll be the chair again of the Strategic Forces Subcommittee, obviously Russia is monitored by the United States, and any kind of change in their posture with regards to their nuclear forces that they have. We've heard during this war from the very beginning, Putin would always bring up nuclear weapons and his possible use of those nuclear weapons, especially tactical nuclear weapons. He would bring that up, but there was nothing on the ground that showed any form of movement or escalation. That still seems to be the case on briefings that we have seen. Obviously, it's watched very closely. But I think it's just that Putin, in the last 4 years, knows that he can intimidate the Biden administration. He also knows that doesn't happen with President Trump. Zelensky himself, he has said that with President Trump in office, this war is going to end sooner. I think Trump's going to have a fresh take on the situation. He knows what the current administration's been doing with their too little, too late approach. That hasn't worked. And so, I think obviously it has to be watched closely, but I don't foresee any kind of movement now that would put us into an extremely dangerous position.
Well, that's really good to hear. Let's shift things over to Israel a little bit. Yesterday, the United Nations International Criminal Court, and I just read about this and I dug into it this afternoon. They issued an arrest warrant for Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and his former defense minister. The court said that it found, quote, reasonable grounds to believe that Netanyahu and the defense minister were responsible for crimes such as starvation as a weapon, murder, persecution, inhumane acts, and so forth. What's your response to this?
Well, they have no credibility. This is a court with the United Nations. They have no credibility when they issue any kind of warrants against the leader of a country that is defending itself against terrorism. I'm happy that the United States stands with Israel. We are going to see that, I think, become even stronger once again during the Trump administration. We know what a good ally President Trump was in the past with Israel, the good relationships that he has with the Israeli government, and that's the current government with Netanyahu. So I see him really promoting and not being afraid to be very vocal about the fact that he is a strong ally with Israel. As I said, it's absurd that this ICC would issue warrants against the leaders of a country that is defending itself against terrorists.
Do you see, in regards to this, do you see the United States taking any steps then to hold the UN accountable for this? I mean, these kind of decisions, like you said, are egregious in my opinion too. But at some point, with Trump coming in, do you see some accountability there?
I hope so. I'm very pleased with President Trump's nomination of Elise Stefanik for the U.S. ambassador to Israel. I have a meeting set up with her after Thanksgiving, but I happened to see her yesterday in the Russell office building. So we had a couple minutes just to be able to visit. She obviously has a strong record. She is a very bright, articulate woman. She's very strong. She's going to be a great representative for the United States and for the administration's policies in her position at the United Nations. So I'm really, really looking forward to that. I think President Trump had a good pick for his nominee for ambassador to the United Nations.
Well, Senator, thank you so much. I know, you gave us some time here on a Friday afternoon. We appreciate that. I hope you have a great upcoming Thanksgiving, and we look forward to having you back on soon.
Yeah. Happy Thanksgiving to everyone. It's a wonderful time to be with friends and family and pause in our hectic lives and be able to just remember the wonderful, wonderful things we should be grateful for.
Absolutely. All right. Thanks so much, Senator Fischer. Appreciate it. Have a good weekend.
Thank you. You too.
Okay. Bye-bye. Oh, that's good to hear. Some good information there, and to find out that she's going to be introducing Trump at the inauguration that she's been working on. That, how cool is that? Representing the state of Nebraska. We need to get that. I'm gonna get that clip. We're gonna run that clip again next week because that's really cool, and it's closer we get to the inauguration. So, all right. Well, coming up next week on Drive Time Nebraska on Monday, our favorite comedian, Bob Rook from Tada Theater. He's going to share about their holiday lineup. And then on Tuesday, Krista Eggers, a campaign director for the medical marijuana initiative that passed in the election. She's going to give us an update on where they are since that passed. All right. The Husker football team's gearing up for a big game tomorrow against Wisconsin. If the Huskers win, here's my question for today. Are the student section are they going to try to tear down the goalposts if we win tomorrow? Wyatt's shaking his head no. I think so. I just think it's not if we win, it's when we win. So I'd love to know your thoughts. You can call or text it in 402-479-1400. Plus your chance to play Fantasy Huskers around the corner. We'll also play on our end, Cornhusker Pride, real soon. Thanks so much for listening to Drive Time Nebraska.
The best way to interact with KLIN shows is through the Hunt Irrigation Talk and Text line at 402-479-1400.
Tune in to Retirement Compass Radio Show with Stonebridge.
Times change, your life changes, your risk tolerance changes. And so that's really where working with a professional comes into play, is to say, how do I pull this together and make it work as part of a plan? How do I make it so I can sit back, relax, and enjoy the music?
Saturdays at 8 a.m. on KLIN.
Barb Ballard with the From Nebraska gift shop.
Nothing says Nebraska like the From Nebraska gift shop in Lincoln's Haymarket. If it's from or about Nebraska, you can find it at the From Nebraska gift shop, providing the best Nebraska has to offer. With a variety of delicious food items and unique gifts, what better way to thank a client, reward an employee, or attract new customers than with a personalized gift basket? The From Nebraska gift shop, providing the perfect gift for any occasion.
To be a part of Nebraska Medicine
Hi, welcome.
is to be a part of something extraordinary.
Nebraska Medicine, how may I help you?
Because these are the doors that open doors.
How are you?
To growth and opportunity, to advancement and impact, to extraordinary teamwork.
That went really well.
Together, for each other and for our community. Because within the doors of Nebraska Medicine,
Good to see you.
we welcome your curiosity, value your voice,
Dr. Richards, what do you think?
and partner with you to chart your path to do the extraordinary. Together.
You got this.
This is our commitment we never take for granted. Because when you open the doors
Let me get that.
to Nebraska Medicine, you open yourself to an academic experience, a life experience, an extraordinary team experience beyond what you can get anywhere else. And that's exactly why here is where you belong.
Ready?
Nebraska Medicine. Together, extraordinary. Join us at nebraskamed.com/careers.
You're listening to Drive Time Nebraska with Doug Fitzgerald. Disagree with Doug? The guests? The topic? Call or text 402-479-1400 now to be a part of the show. KLIN weather brought to you by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, Air, and Electrical.
Mostly clear and chilly this evening, with the temperature dropping into the low 30s by midnight. After midnight, mostly clear to partly cloudy and cold, with a low in the upper 20s. Saturday, mostly sunny to partly cloudy and pleasant, with a high temperature in the upper 50s. From the 1011 Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Brandon Rector.
KLIN Time Saver Traffic, delivered by Paisanos, Lincoln's best brick oven pizza.
On the downhill side of our drive time traffic, most everyone doing a great job. No reported accidents or major delays. A few volume slowdowns. I-180 running slow coming into downtown. A concert tonight at Pinnacle Bank Arena. Norma Boulevard running slow from A Street to South Street. Construction in that area. Make sure the headlights are on. If you come across anything that gets in your way, call the traffic hotline 402-479-1414. Keeping you moving with Time Saver Traffic. I'm Chris Lofgren.
Training threes on the issues that truly matter to Nebraskans, with the occasional technical or two. This is Drive Time Nebraska with Doug Fitzgerald on 1499.3 KLIN.
Well, great conversation with Senator Deb Fischer and some, news I haven't heard of. I think Wyatt and I think it's breaking news, but she's been working on the inauguration for President Trump and will be, that's what she said, introducing him at the inauguration. So I encouraged her, got to do the Trump dance when you do it. I don't know, he's going to be playing YMCA or God Bless America or the USA or whatever. So, all right. We want to thank our title sponsor, Lincoln Coin and Bullion, one of the most professional and trusted sources of gold, silver, platinum, and palladium in this whole area in the Midwest as well. If you're looking at buying or selling Gold, silver, platinum, or palladium, no matter what the amount is, they can handle it. Hundreds of dollars, millions of dollars, they'll take care of it for you. It's all done by private appointment only. Call them up 402-327-2853 or go to their website to see everything they have to offer and the prices as well. Everything's transparent at LincolnCoinandBullion.com. All right, well, my question of the day, Wyatt, is when we win tomorrow, will the student section attempt to tear down the goalposts?
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
No.
It's been since 2016 we've gone to a bowl game.
I know, and listen,
that's a lifetime for some of these kids.
I know we're starved and we are dehydrated from a bowl, but I don't think they're going to tear down the goalposts. Like,
dude,
they're
definitely
going to. They're definitely
kids would be like, since we haven't been to a bowl game since they've been like 9.
I know, but man, because
I think they're going to.
They might try, but have you
sure.
seen like all the attempts that these stadiums make to not even do that anymore? It's crazy.
Well, I know, but what did we have? Oh, it was the storming of the basketball courts that got the student section in trouble last year, right?
Yeah.
And it started that whole trend. And they're like, do we stop it? Do we not? And then Matt Rule was one of them. Remember?
Yeah.
Matt Rule went on the court when they went for the game. So I'm telling you, that's what I'm saying. Rule, I think Coach Rule will be like, yes, tear them down. Like, try your best.
Sure. If they tear it down,
what a visual for across the country.
If they do that, I'll donate $5 so they can get a new one there. They already taken enough of my money for 4 years.
All right. Regents, there you go. You heard it right there from Wyatt. He'll give you $5. You can repair part of that goalpost when it comes down. So that's my guess. You can call or text it in 402-479-1400. What do you think? Just yes or no. Just text it in. Think they're going to tear it down? Yes? No? Well, we'll find out. How about this one? This is a great story. I heard it, or I saw it on the Lincoln Journal-Star on the website. And I thought it was interesting because my wife and I, every time we watch volleyball matches on TV, when they're home matches, there is one fan that sticks out because him and his wife are always sitting behind the servers. And so there's been some concern that this fan who sits in section A4, row 1 at the Devaney Center, right behind the serving line, he hasn't been on camera lately, the last several games. So on social media, people are wondering like, hey, where's he at? Where's he gone? Is he okay? People are concerned about him. So worry no longer, the Lincoln Journal-Star says. Former Regent Jim McClurg, he's the one who sits in seat 13 and 14 with his wife, Lori, most every home game. He said everything is fine. The former chairman of the board of Huddle, and he's the former president of Harris Laboratories. He says he's honored that everybody's asking, but he's good. He's been giving out tickets to family members. They've had a couple of events that they've had to go to. But he said when they first started going to the volleyball games back in 2013, he said they had seats way up. He called it, quote, in the boondocks when he first started out. And then over time, he's just been moving those seats down. But they've been going, he said they've been going to volleyball games since the 1980s. So very committed to the program, and it's good to hear. So he said, quote, when he's sitting there, you're so close, you can really see every effort and the teamwork that they put into the organization and the effort and enthusiasm these girls have to come together. So anyway, I just thought that was really cool. I saw that picture. We always see him when he's on TV. He's just one of those guys that he's very memorable to watch. The second thing that I wanted to talk about, Wyatt, is we're going to change the luck. We're working hard here at Drive Time Nebraska to change the luck of the Husker football team. So as you all know, we've been playing Cornhusker Pride every Friday by veteran Phil Nickerson. He created this song all through AI, which is really good. Wyatt and I love the song. We think it needs to be played in the stadium. I mean, it's the last home game. If anybody out there, Nate Rohr, anybody out there who has any kind of control of the audio system at the stadium, play this song. It's great. We get the crowd jacked up. So we've been trying. Last time we did it, last week we played. Was it last week? Yeah, last week we played it at the beginning of the show, thinking, well, maybe that would change our luck. Today we're going to do it halfway through the show, halftime here, and play the song that he wrote. So we'll lead out into this commercial break with that. Woods Park Dennis says the thumbs down to the student section trying to take down the goalpost. Johnny Cadillac's chiming in. Hey, Johnny. He says no.
I told you, man.
That's all right. It's 3-1. It's 3-1. I drink the Rool-Aid, man.
Man, I'm drinking that too, but I ain't passing out over it.
I didn't know you could pass out over it, but all right.
Don't take me back to the 70s, man.
Keep the text coming in, 402-479-1400, and we'll find out on Saturday night what happens. All right, we're going to play Cornhusker Pride here by Phil Nickerson, and we're going to head into the commercial break after that.
Underneath the big sky, where the cornfields sway, in the heart of Nebraska, it's game day today. With their helmets shining bright and their hearts full of fire, the Huskers hit the field, chasing dreams they aspire. Oh, the boys in red, they're fighting hard, with number 15 leading the charge. From the line to the end zone, they're giving their all. For the love of the game, they'll rise and they'll fall. With every cheer from the stands so loud, we're standing together, Nebraska proud. The big guys on the line, they're the backbone of the team, pushing through the tough times, chasing every dream. With every snap of the ball, you can feel the thrill. The spirit of the Huskers, it's a heart-stopping thrill. Oh, the boys in red, they're fighting hard, with number 15 leading the charge. From the line to the end zone, they're giving their all. For the love of the game, they'll rise and they'll fall. With every cheer from the stands so loud, we're standing together, Nebraska proud. When the whistle blows, when the clock's winding down, you can hear the roar of the crowd in the town. With grit and determination, they'll never back down. In the land of the Cornhuskers, we wear that crown. Oh, the boys in red, they're fighting hard, with number 15 leading the charge. From the line to the end zone, they're giving their all. For the love of the game, they'll rise and they'll fall. With every cheer from the stands so loud, we're standing together, Nebraska proud. Here's to the Huskers, our hearts in the fight. With every touchdown, they light up the night. In the land of the brave, where legends are made, we'll sing for the Huskers, their glory won't fade. Yeah, we're Cornhusker proud, forever we'll stand, with our hearts in the game and our dreams in hand.
Cities from across the state, they're listening to Drive Time Nebraska.
Examining the headline.
Really disappointed to put your family through that. I just can't imagine.
Diving deeper into the stories.
For quite some time, Haiti has been at a level 4, a do not travel country.
And covering the news that matters to you.
I live about a mile away from here, and I was just inside of my house and heard a huge boom, and the whole house shook. The power went off for a couple of seconds.
This is 1499.3 KLIN, the voice of Lincoln.
Your privacy is their priority at Lincoln Coin & Bullion. Secure your appointment to buy or sell silver and gold with Nebraska's largest coin, currency, and bullion dealer today.
Does your business need quick, competitive financing for heavy machinery, trucks, or other equipment? Currency is here to help. Whether you're financing construction equipment, farm equipment, trucks, trailers, or any other big-ticket item, Currency will automatically find the best rates. Currency facilitates loans for up to $500,000 with repayment terms up to 72 months. It's fast, easy, and free to use. Visit gocurrency.com and apply today.
Hi, Hi, I'm Captain Kelsey Marino with the Salvation Army, and this is your invitation to support the 2024 Tree of Lights campaign. When you ring the bell at one of our red kettles, you're helping provide services year-round like food access and financial assistance, and you're bringing a Merry Christmas to those in need. Volunteer at registertoring.com to give a few hours of your time this season. Together, we can make a real difference for families in Lincoln. Join us at registertoring.com. Thank you, and God bless.
You're counting on your team to win, so why not prove it? By placing your bets at Warhorse Sportsbook. Their win is your win. Put your money where your mouth is on nearly every sporting event. Use the Warhorse app to check odds and build your bets before placing your wagers in person at Warhorse Casino, including live in-game betting. No bets, no glory. Wagers may only be placed on Nebraska-based teams when played outside the state of Nebraska. Must be 21 or older to gamble. Gambling problem? Call 1-833-BET-OVER.
You're listening to Drive Time Nebraska with Doug Fitzgerald. More of the show coming up on 1499.3 KLIN. KLIN weather brought to you by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, Air, and Electrical.
Mostly clear and chilly this evening with the temperature dropping into the low 30s by midnight. After midnight, mostly clear to partly cloudy and cold with a low in the upper 20s. Saturday, mostly sunny to partly cloudy and pleasant with high temperature in the upper 50s. From the 1011 Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Brandon Rector.
KLIN Time Saver Traffic, delivered by Paisanos, Lincoln's best brick oven pizza.
Wrapping up our traffic reports, no new accidents or major delays. Most traffic moving well. We do have a slowdown on North 70th at W. A fire call, do watch for emergency response. North 70th at W, that's in the Meadow Lane area. We do have several construction projects and utility projects. We'll want to watch for lane shifts and lane closures. Also, work continues on A Street, Southwest 40th to Covington, local access for paving and sewer project. Make sure the headlights are on. Keeping you moving with Time Saver Traffic. I'm Chris Lofgren.
Tackling the issues that truly matter to Nebraskans head on. With the occasional targeting call, this is Drive Time Nebraska with Doug Fitzgerald on 1499.3 KLIN.
We are kicking off the weekend in style today. I tell you what, Drew texted in, said no goalposts coming down. When you win a big game, act like you knew it was going to happen, and you've been there before. But here's the thing. We haven't been there for over 8 years, let alone on top of that.
But we've been there before.
Yeah, not even in my son's lifetime have we had a dominant team. 27 years since the last national championship. I'm just saying, if this is a win, I would be disappointed if at least they didn't storm the field. And I'm not there I'm not here to advocate for, like, you know, what do you call that?
Violence?
Well, it's not violence. It would just be
chaos.
I'm here to advocate joy and fun and excitement, and just imagine what that's going to do for the team when they win. When they win. I'll tell you this, too. Downtown Lincoln will be rocking if we win.
You'll see me partying on the streets, man.
Yeah,
I might be on top of a light post by the end of the game partying.
I'm telling you. You might be out there carrying a goalpost. So, all right, it's time to play Fantasy Huskers, brought to you by Nebraska Sign. Your chance to put your name in the hat to win some awesome prizes from Valentino's and Best of Big Red. Keyword today, snow. I don't want any, but snow, S-N-O-W. Text it in to 402-479-1400 for your chance to win. All right, you have PC2 fired up there, ready to go, Wyatt, because I want to play a clip here. The big game, obviously, tomorrow, and offensive coordinator Dana Holgerson, I tell you what, he had a great comment in the press conference this week about just what he's expecting from his team. And so I wanted to play that, and then we'll talk about it here in just a second.
I was like, guys, I said, you guys are fairly big kids. You know, I know 17's not a big kid, but he's a tough kid. But there's some good-sized kids out there, you know. I mean, 16, 18, 4. I mean, these guys, you know, 29, these guys are big bodies. I'm like, why are you not blocking worth the crap on the perimeter? I mean, it's embarrassing. I mean, you got being a receiver, you say, want touches, throw me the ball. First thing I said to him, if you don't start blocking out there, then you're not going to get the ball thrown to you.
That's it right there. Right there. That's That's the turning point right there.
I loved hearing that when he said that, because I thought it just brought accountability to the team, which is what we needed.
Yeah.
That was the attitude we had when we went to the season, and I feel like throughout we got comfortable with winning, and we didn't hold those mistakes to that high standard. And now look where it's gotten us.
I know.
It's danger territory.
I know. You got to block on the side, and if you want the ball, you got to block, or you ain't going to get the ball. So I love it. All right, pregame's at 10:30 in the morning, kickoff at 2:30 tomorrow. You can hear it all right here on KLIN. And then the second-ranked Husker volleyball team, they have a huge match coming up. By the way, both of these, the match and the game, are senior days for these players, these seniors, last technical home games for them. And the volleyball team's match will be Saturday night, right after the football game, taking on number 6 Wisconsin. Big match. Of course, Nebraska dominated Wisconsin when we played them there. I'm sure. I think it'll be rocking. And if we win the football game, the volleyball game will be nuts. I mean, you're going to take the volleyball. We might take down the net.
I think we just take the state of Wisconsin at that point.
We take down the goalpost and the net.
I'm telling you, man, Wisconsin's going to be ours. We're going to storm that country or that state.
The country. There you go. What school did you go to? Okay. There you go. That's my prediction. We got a goalpost and a net coming down. So, all right. We're going to talk about the concerts coming up here in just a little bit. We're going to talk about Pinnacle Bank Arena with Pink. Also, Wyatt's going to a big concert tonight at Pinnacle Bank Arena, big one. So we're kicking off the weekend tonight. There's a lot of people coming to town. We want you to be careful as you're driving around. All right, we're still playing Fantasy Huskers. Text in the word SNOW, S-N-O-W, to 402-479-1400 before you pick our winner. All right, thanks so much for listening on your drive home today. We appreciate that. As we kick off the weekend, we'll be back in a couple minutes.
Your Fantasy Huskers keyword is presented by Nebraska Sign. Listen during LNK today and Drive Time Nebraska to get qualified for a $100 pizza and gear prize pack.
Nebraska men's basketball is coming up next on 1499.3 KLIN.
For over 80 years, Farm Bureau Financial Services has been protecting farmers and ranchers season after season.
You need to know you're covered and you've got somebody covering your back.
You've got local people that everybody knows.
And we have a good policy and a good agent, and I guess that's what you need to be able to sleep at night.
Loyal, local, and rooted in ag for over 80 years. Learn more at fbfs.com/rootedinag. It's your future. Let's protect it.
There's something to be said for American made, but at Monolith, we're helping create Nebraska made. From here in Nebraska, we're producing low-emission carbon black for tires across North America. Soon we'll be providing farmers with locally made fertilizer to reduce our reliance on foreign imports. We're investing hundreds of millions in our multiple Nebraska facilities and employing Nebraskans in high-paying jobs that support families and communities. Monolith, Nebraska made.
Hey guys, it's Jack. Now, we've got a great resource for you with open enrollment coming up for Medicare. It's a podcast called What's Up with Medicare. I do it with Jonathan Burleson of Nebraska Ship. Now, he's the expert. He's got all the facts about plans, timing, premiums, and more. Check out What's Up with Medicare at podcasthousemedia.com.
Discover the difference with Oak Electric, a local woman-owned business offering premium electrical service at competitive prices. With over 25 years of experience, their master electrician is one of Lincoln's top experts. Their small, dedicated team focuses on quality control and safety for your family or business. Experience the premium customer service you deserve. When life happens, call Oak Electric at 402-440-5969 because they always answer the phone. Oak Electric, where quality and safety come first.
You're listening to Drive Time Nebraska with Doug Fitzgerald. More of the show coming up on 1499.3 KLIN. KLIN weather brought to you by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, Air, and Electrical.
Mostly clear and chilly this evening with the temperature dropping into the low 30s by midnight. After midnight, mostly clear to partly cloudy and cold with a low in the upper 20s. Saturday, mostly sunny to partly cloudy and pleasant with high temperature in the upper 50s. From the 1011 Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Brandon Rector.
Tackling the issues that truly matter to Nebraskans head on. with the occasional targeting call. This is Drive Time Nebraska with Doug Fitzgerald, 1499.3 KLIN.
Boy, this hour's flying. And normally we come in, everybody's gone out of broadcast house. It's just Wyatt and myself, Chase, Chris Lofgren. Everybody else leaves us. But this one's been flying by.
I know. I'm going to be flying out here in a minute, man.
You are.
I got to get downtown.
We're going to talk about that in a second. Congratulations to John for texting in and playing Fantasy Huskers, brought to you by Nebraska Sign Company. And, hey, it's your chance to put your name in the hat, John. Congratulations. All you have to do is text us back the answer to when will the last scoring play of the game be on Saturday.
I think you're wrong on that one again.
I am? No.
Let's see. Yep, you're wrong. How many yards will Nebraska's longest pass completion against Wisconsin be?
Whatever he said. How do I have these all messed up?
I don't know. I think it's.
I got the wrong information.
I think it's past your bedtime, Doug.
Well,
I think it's past your bedtime.
We know that. Goodness. All right. What was it again? How many? The longest passing play?
Yes.
All right. Longest passing play, John. Text it in. We want to know. All right. Next chance to play is Monday morning with Ellen Caden, today with Jack and friends. All right, coming up next week on Drive Time Nebraska on Monday, our favorite comedian who always makes us laugh. He's still waiting to do an impression of me, which he hasn't done yet. Bob Rook from Tada Theater. He's going to share about their holiday lineup. Pretty good stuff, actually. Excited to go down there and watch that. One of their plays there. And then on Tuesday, Krista Eggers, campaign director of Medical Marijuana Initiative that passed in the election. She's going to call in. I think she might be coming in actually to give us an update on where they are. There's a current lawsuit happening. She's going to give us an update on that as well and kind of see what's what. So, all right, let's move back to what's happening in Lincoln this weekend. First of all, this was a big announcement today, and this was big because there's a lot of people, a lot of my friends I know are going to. We're going to go to the Pink concert. I have not been to a Pink concert. If there was a concert I would like to go to, is that, because I've heard that they're really awesome. She flies around and she does all kinds of stuff, and she's a great singer, by the way. Yeah, hands down.
It was a pretty big deal. I know she first came through Nebraska about a few years ago, I think in Omaha, and that was a major sellout. And now coming here too. I know we were even promoting it on like Froggy 98, which it's a country station.
Yep,
they don't play so.
And then they postponed it. But then today she came out with a 3-minute video, or yesterday, I guess, maybe on her Instagram, saying that they're canceling the rest of her concerts for now because she, get this, and this is why I do respect her. Torn bicep and torn meniscus in her knee, and she's had surgery for him, and she's trying to get back on track. And I guarantee you, the reason why she's so beat up is her concert. She's very physical in that concert, flying around and doing all kinds of stuff. So, all right. And then tonight, kicking off the weekend, downtown's going to be lit up like crazy. Hank Williams Jr.
Yes, sir. Giddy up. I'm excited for that, man. I can't wait.
Wyatt's going. How many? Okay. So since I knew Hank Williams Jr. was going to be in town, and I knew you were going to go. So I have some questions for you, Wyatt. We're going to see how good your Hank Williams trivia is.
Oh, good. Oh, good guy.
All right, here we go. So, how many albums worldwide has he sold?
Ooh, I'm gonna guess.
This one surprised me, actually.
Really, I'm gonna guess. I'm just gonna give it a ballpark about 150 million, just to guess.
Oh, these are albums. Probably physical.
Again, I don't know, man. I don't. Yeah.
I like this. 70 million.
Still, that's impressive.
I'd love to know how much money he made off all that.
A lot.
So, all right. His career spanned over 50 years. A lot of, how many platinum records do you think?
I'll go probably another ballpark. I'll go 20.
6.
How
many gold?
Let's go 15.
20. How many number ones?
Let's go 10.
13.
Dang it.
How many? Well, excuse me. That was number one singles.
Oh.
13. Or excuse me, number one albums. 13. How many number one singles?
Oh my gosh. Let's go 20.
10.
Gosh dang it, man. See, but you mixed it up though. See, this is why you shouldn't be asking the questions, man. You always mixing things up.
I am. But here's the cool thing is, what if he pulls you on stage tonight and asks you one of these questions, you'd be like, I got the answer, dude.
He's not going to ask me one of those. He's going to pass me a beer and ask me to sing Family Tradition with him.
Oh, that's true. That could be too. He's been Entertainer of the Year from the ACMs, CMA Entertainer of the Year, BMI Icon Award winner, Grammy winner, inductee into the National Nashville Songwriters Hall of Fame and the Country Music Hall of Fame. This guy's, it's going to be a good night. Do you know who's opening? I thought I asked you that before.
I do not, and I'm going to be missing them because doors have been open for 30 minutes.
Oh, have they?
Yeah, no, I gotta go pick up my.
Wyatt's so ready to get out of here,
dude. I prepped the show already. Like I'm planning my routes. Shout out to the boss for helping me find a parking spot. Like I
really?
Dude, I've got the next like 48 hours planned. I kid you not, because I've got.
What do you have going on?
I've got this. I gotta go to the club because it's my buddy's birthday, so gotta do some shots. I got to be downtown DJing at around 10, 11 a.m.
Tomorrow, pregame?
A.m. downtown. So I got to go find some freaking parking, man.
Yeah, well, you got it. You're going to get there. Okay, here's another thing we talked about before the show started that I guess I don't get this because several of our friends have been doing this, but stations around Broadcast House are already starting to play Christmas music.
Oh, man. I was here this morning, and they made a big deal out of that.
I don't get it. It's not even Thanksgiving yet. And people are decorating their homes. Like, they've been doing it for the last couple of weeks. Normally, it's like, after Thanksgiving, boom, pull everything out, start doing. After Thanksgiving, start playing the music. It just doesn't feel right. And not having any snow on the ground.
I know. We haven't had anything. I got a whole winter coat just for being in the state. I got a nice Carhartt and everything. And what, I got to use it on the wind? Come on.
Well, you're going to get to use it here. It's going to get cold and then it's going to warm back up over the weekend, or I think towards the beginning of next week. So anyway, I just don't understand the Christmas thing. That's kind of where I'm at. I'm like, don't start Christmas till after Thanksgiving. And then my wife might call me the Grinch. So when I have to pull out all the Christmas decorations,
I find that fitting, just minus the green skin. I won't go into the details, but I'm sure y'all can plug those in.
I think it's a guy thing. Like, who likes to drag out all the Christmas decorations? And then you have to put them up and all that stuff. So women love it. There's not a lot of guys that I know love it. So maybe I'm totally off on that. All right. Well, thanks for hanging with us as we kick off the weekend. If you want to listen to the podcast of this show or previous shows, go to klin.com. I want to thank Senator Deb Fischer for coming on and giving us some breaking news. Go back to listen to the podcast about what it is. Thanks so much for Wyatt. Have a safe weekend, Wyatt. Be careful out there. There's only 246,600 seconds left until we see each other again, my friends. I want you to seize every one. Men's Husker basketball against Creighton. It's coming up next. Have a great weekend.
From the Momo Pizzeria and Ristorante Studio.